The COVID lockdowns really blew up sim racing. So today we're going to look at building a complete setup, what I would do. And we're going to do it live because I feel like it's the best way to really give you the best information about how you should be looking for stuff. And hopefully it will help you guys out. So I put up a few videos previously and they've done quite well about, you know, what you should buy if you're new to sim racing and stuff. But that was actually before COVID. Now it still stands. The numbers might be a bit off. And I think because of the popularity gain in sim racing, even though a lot of people will drop off in 3 months and you may get some good deals from it then when people sell their gear, I still think that it's reached new heights now. You always like to make cameo when the vid's on, don't you? Always knows when a video is being made and seems to want to come and say hello then and throw up on me. Don't do that. Go outside, you want to be 6, okay? All right, let's continue on. He's come, he said hello. You just want to get some cameo time, don't you? You just want to get some YouTube time. Some YouTube time. Okay, so I think sim racing has reached new heights from the publicity gain it's had, and I don't think it's going to drop that much going forwards. I think people have now seen how fun it is. They've got their rigs, and the community has gained a lot of new members, which is awesome. More people to race, more lively community. iRacing is going to benefit monetarily, so which means I'll put out more content. So it's all good news, except for if you're trying to get into sim racing right now. But don't be too worried. The prices aren't that silly, and I'm going to show you a few ways that you can save, hopefully a little bit of money in your options when it comes forward. So let's jump up Google Chrome, new tab, and I'll show you exactly what we're looking for. Now, I'm going to keep a PC out of the equation right now because some people might have consoles, some people might already have computers, some might have none. Now I do recommend jumping straight to a computer if you can afford it. You'll pick a decent one up between $1,000 and $1,500. Mine's really decent. I've got a graphics card, a ASUS 2070 graphics card. It's a pretty powerful, pretty high-end processor. You're looking at $2,000 Australian to build one of them, a little bit cheaper American. Okay, but let's just cross that out. I can always make another video about which one you should buy if you're really confused about if you want a PlayStation, Xbox, or PC and you're really tight on a budget. But leaving that out, let's jump on. Now, the first thing you're going to do is go to Gumtree, okay? Gumtree, South Australia. Now, I think in America, Craigslist is the real popular one. Whatever secondary sales website you have. So, Gumtree. We're then going to go to Facebook. And you're going to join all of the sim racing pages, right? So sim racing pages. I follow heaps of car stuff. Drifting essays come up on the first thing. Okay, so as you can see, Sim Racing Australia, buy, swap, and sell. Look for one that's obviously your local country. We then have other things. So there's a couple, right? So Sim Racing Australia, buy, swap, and sell. You'll join one of them. Sim Racing, buy and sell. And there's other ones. If you just type in Sim Racing, you can see that there's just a normal group, sim racing drivers, high-end sim racing enthusiasts, and sim racing market sales and exchange. I know that one's for UK. That one's for UK. It's always interesting to see UK prices or American. Like sometimes there's unbelievable setups, and I'm like, whoa, what a price! And then I see that's American dollars, and it would be nearly double that in Australia. That's exaggeration, but it's always a bit cheaper. So once you've joined these pages, we're going to look through all the current listings here, and we'll see what's up. Sale my RB play seat, 6 times from new, $1,500. We got a few people interested in that, and that's actually really expensive, especially for a play seat with a single column like that. With any expensive wheel, it's gonna have too much movement. I mean, that might be a reinforced one. I've never used one, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. What you want to spend your money on is pedals and the wheel. I mean, that's the main parts of it. The cockpits can set you back a lot. Like this Next Level Racing Extreme one that I've got here would be like $700-800 now, pretty much new price to buy secondhand. And I'm telling you now, they're not really worth that. If you've bought one and you paid that much, then you get your use out of it. But if you haven't, I don't reckon there's a need to jump on it. I picked this up for 250 Australian dollars, okay? So let's say 200 American dollars as an equivalent is what I picked this up for before the corona, probably a year ago now. So around here, now you're gonna go to all over your country. So don't go just local unless you wanna drive, because sometimes I'll post this stuff and we go sim racing wheel. And you want to try a few different keywords. So like PC sim racing or something like that. You don't always have to type in wheel, but it'll see what we're working with. So look, $1,600, someone in Sydney trying to sell their own homemade stuff. Like, don't blow that much money on all that. How guys, this has my custom made simulator frame, $600. A wheel, just the wheel there. Now you want to look for, wow, $500, man. Again, they were $200 before Corona started, so you're really tight on your budget. But the whole idea of this video is keeping it under $1,000. Okay. Now the first thing I would do is you're gonna get the most speed out of pedals. Now I'm gonna kind of divert two ways here. If you want to go for the best you can get under $1,000, and then the cheapest you can get and still get the same kind of pace or the same, you won't get the best experience, but you'll be able to jump into races and spend that extra bit of money on iRacing service and things like that, because it does add up. Okay, so we're gonna get you fully going. We got $500 here for a Logitech G920. Let's see if we can go further down, and you want to search by most recent, because all the good deals have been snatched up by now. So we jump down, GT2 sim racing wheel, good price, but I'm not going to recommend getting that because it's pretty dated. Last thing I want to do is recommend to someone to buy that, and then 6 months from now, the drivers don't work anymore and they're no longer supported by the company and things like that. So we're going to keep with modern stuff. Try and buy it $500. We're pretty much looking for a Thrustmaster TX or T300, same thing, or a G920, which is really nothing's available. So far we need to try and beat $500. Let's continue scrolling down here. Ordered one of these to run PlayStation Fanatec setup, monitor, whatever. Wow, that is a beautiful wheel. That's going to be more than $1,000. Logitech G920 wheel and shifter. Fanatec V3 pedals, all in excellent condition. Those scratches placed along with the bar that connects it. Wow, so that seat there. See, that's quite good, and that's pretty much what we're looking for on the high-end spectrum of the $1,000 setup. Fanatec V3 pedals, brand new, will set you back $500, $550 with the little brake rubber upgrade, which I have, and we can actually look at buying them brand new. I'll tell you now, you will not get them. You will not get them cheap, because no one sells them secondhand. The Husingveld pedals and all the high-end stuff, they're $2,000, like as is, $1,000 cheaper. So we're already going to blow that just on pedals. So let's start with the high-end version of the $1,000 cap. You're going to try and buy these Fanatec V3 pedals now. They are sold out. You're going to want to check these going forwards. Oh no, they're not open for pre-orders. June 30th. Okay, so look, you've got a month to wait, but I would look at getting them. Okay. Scrolling down, we have CSL Elite Load pedals. Again, their next order's coming in the 30th. Alright guys, I had a quick burn through of trying to find the high-end spectrum of what you should get when it comes to $1,000 cap. There might be the only one currently, because things are pretty tight, and I see the comments. I see why I'm getting the comments that I am about how hard it is to source stuff now. It will pass, so worst thing you can do is rush and have to buy something today once you see this video. But just keep browsing for a couple of days. Like if you have to wait 3 days more, as much as it's killing you inside, you know, you'll be able to wait it, and you might save yourself a couple $100 in the meantime. And while you are waiting, the coronavirus restrictions are lifting now, so you can always go to your nearest arcade, play some games, go into your friend's house soon, maybe wherever you are, and play theirs in the meantime. So don't rush, but also don't wait around. You need to actively be checking these pages to pick one up secondhand if you can. So the best one I could find, we've got a post here. This was 2 days ago. Plenty of posts now. There's heaps of influx of new members. You see this guy's local here in Australia. We'd look around the $500 mark for T300 Alcantara wheel. So this wheel I've got here, nice touch, with T3 PA pedals. So that is your low end set right there. Now 5 replies. Has the guy sold it? Yeah, send me pics, mate, keen. They would have went to personal message. Who knows if you sold it? You could offer, if you see this stuff and you think you're a little bit late, then don't be afraid. I mean, don't be like a snitch and try and outdo the guy, but just be like, look, if you haven't sold it yet, happy to offer. And he might be like, look, yeah, the guy's coming around next week to have a look at it or whatever. Just be like, look, $50 extra, I'll come pick it up right now. And that works for me some of the time, because some of the other time the seller they've arranged, even though they want to be genuine to them, they've been a bit flaky. Okay, there's another post only an hour ago as well, if you are in Australia and looking for one. So for the high-end deal, what I would recommend is you grab this T300, and it comes with a plastic pipe, seat and everything. And so, I mean, you could use that. Now, it's going to set you back $420. The thing is though, these pedals are no good at all. I just don't like them. This one comes with a seat and everything. How sturdy that pipe seat's going to be, I don't know. You might not want to use it at all and just use the bench instead. But it does come with it, $420. And then, in the meantime, you can use those pedals, but you're going to order these ones. And that is pretty much going to leave you just a little bit shy of the $1,000 mark we're trying to stick to, so that you can buy a couple months worth of iRacing. Actually, 1 month, a couple tracks to get you on the scene as quick as possible. Now, if you're trying to do it as cheap as possible, you're not actually going to buy that rig at all. Just scroll down a bit further and see the first one that I recommended just before. Funnily enough, there's no Logitech G29s around, because they are a really good starter kit with the handbrake and stuff. But again, G27's a bit old. I would not recommend getting it at all, because they might cut it soon and stop using it. Looking to buy full setup. Just right at the end of this section of trying to keep the budget down low, just spotted G29 for PS4, only on for 3 weeks. He's upgrading already. That was Sydney. He's probably sold it already, but just goes to show what is available. You just need to be checking this stuff every day, and you can set notifications for it to be on, so when a new post is made, and it's a selling page, so they're always buying or selling, then you'll see it straight away and you can jump onto it. So $400 with shifter for PS4. It doesn't say anything about the pedals though, which is a bit worrying. You should be able to get pedals with that as well. But further up was the other T300 that I was recommending. Oh, and here's the other bit. It was just a little text post within the comments, so it wasn't even actually a full post made. And you can see a second-hand T300 Alcantara with T3 PA pedals, a couple years old, but looking around the $500 mark. Perfect beginner entry set with decent pedals. You can put a little upgrade in there to make them load cell, which makes them respond to pressure, not just distance. Much more better when it comes to racing games, and the muscle memory of it. Comes with an upgraded wheel as well. They're worth over $100 by themselves, and the base, so $500 for that. That's going to be your buy it now, you're ready to go, pretty decent version. If you want to go a little bit more high end, you're going to look at getting the pedals, but you're going to have to wait a month, and instead you're going to grab that lady's post just an hour ago. If we scroll back up, and that will be your more high end. So you've actually got 2 versions there, where you can have a choice of what you want, jumping into, or plus the Logitech one, or jumping into a set under $1,000. And it's only an hour ago, this lady's post, and I cannot find, she had a real fluoro picture. And that's going to be your high-end version, believe it or not. It comes with a little rig, and then you can just buy the upgraded pedals. Now you're probably going to ask about frames. At the moment, I think they're really shot up too high in value. What I would recommend is you can either DIY your own if you really want one. But how I started, it's not actually that bad. When you get more high-end down the line, you can get a rig and get your field of view perfect and everything, but you're just going to mount it to a desk, use a dining chair so they don't slide on the ground, and you will be set. This one will be handy because the Fanatec pedals actually have a lot of force behind them, so you're going to need something there, and this one will do you justice for the meantime. Comes with a chair. You might have to reinforce that wood a little bit. It's not pretty, but it'll get you on the track and started, and I hope this, guys, gives you a bit of an idea of what you can do and what is pretty much the best thing you can do at the moment, coming from someone with, you know, I've been racing for not that long, but I've always been a member of these pages for over a year now. I see a lot of posts and things. It's going to be, unless you get a nice random really good deal come up all of a sudden, or you know someone that's got one in the shed for a year and they just haven't used it and don't care about it, you can snag it for cheap. But this is your best bet. And that is going to wrap this video up. As you can see, don't be scammed too much. This guy's looking for $800, although it does come with the T300 open wheel, which they can be a couple $100, so fair enough. But he wants $600 without the wheel. So that's just baseline pedals and the box, which I've already given you 2 other versions which are $200 cheaper than that. So hopefully helps you out just a little bit. If it gave you any guidance at all, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. That'll help a lot. And like I said in a few other videos, 99% of anyone that watches my content has never subscribed. I'm trying to adjust that number a little bit more in my favor. So if you wouldn't mind being a member of the community, pressing that subscribe button and the bell, then I might see you in a future video coming up soon. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.